I came to chamber music because I loved being part of something that was so much bigger than just my own part, but also the chance to have my individuality. And I think that is something that's also very special about chamber music for an audience, or from an audience perspective, because they get to experience that kind of intimate relationship between the different players. On stage, I think I speak for the entire quartet when I say this, we all can feel, it's very palpable, the audience and the energy you get from the audience. And that's what makes every concert so different, because you get such a different energy from all the different people in the room. And that's the exciting thing about playing live concerts. Well, with this particular group, we've been playing together since we were all about 18 years old. So we've almost, in a sense, grown up together musically. And so something that's very nice about that is that we naturally kind of gravitate to very similar interpretations, but we have such different personalities that we're always keeping each other in check and pushing each other. People who aren't used to chamber music concerts would probably, they should expect a lot of conversation between the different instruments. And it's actually very engaging, and things are much more spontaneous, I would say, even than a rock concert, where everything is pretty much, that's the set song and they sing it to you the way they've rehearsed it. With chamber music, every moment someone does one tiny little thing different and it changes the mood of the entire passage.
There's a certain energy that an audience gives that you can't recreate in a practice room.
It's always different. You know, I guess part of what's really amazing about a conversation is you could have it with the same four people even at a dinner, but it's always going to be different depending on how people feel or what they're bringing to the table that day. And I think it's no different with classical music and with the string quartet. It's really just people really bringing their life experiences you know, into a musical performance. A lot of it is, you know, predetermined by the composer, and it's our job to interpret it, but a lot of it's our own selves coming forward, so yeah, it's special. It's really great those nights when everyone is just kind of like in a special kind of zone. You can't reproduce it every night, and a lot of times, honestly, it's the audience's doing of making something really feel special, and that feedback that you get back from them, it makes you want to just like go to town on stage. So that's always, you know, a huge part of the performance too, is the audience participation. More subliminal than anything, but it's a huge part of it. Chamber music is doing great. So I think a lot of that has to do with just feeling like everyone can be a part of it, and everyone can really just kind of sit, get away from their day, you know, and just have like an hour and a half or 2 hours to just kind of be transported to a completely different universe by, you know, just 3 or 4 people a lot of times.
You really do get a unique sense from every crowd, and of course the venue contributes as well. The sort of feel of the room, the size of the room, the temperature of the room, and that's a lot of it too. But yeah, there's certainly there's this sort of animalistic feeling you'll get without, of course it's all nonverbal. You can tell when everybody's really with you, when everyone's really paying attention, and you feed off that energy in a way that's tremendously inspiring. And it does make it so that you can't ever play at that level outside of the concert. And it's not because you don't want to, but you just need that. You really, the energy that they give you is fuel for the expression and the passion and all that stuff. And you feel like you're sort of becoming part of this sort of slowly resonating, glowing energy kind of thing. I mean, it's a kind of far out thing, but it's true, it's true. Chamber music has a very adaptable nature. It's very flexible. It does well in any venue, any size really. And any crowd, and I think it's very accessible in a way. You know, actually we just performed in Banff a few days ago, and there were some singer-songwriters and actually rock musicians there that were doing residencies, and they came to our concert, and they were just all so, many of them had never seen a chamber music concert before, and they were so excited and amazed by the vulnerability and the effort, the physical effort, you know, when they got nice and close and everything. And to see that, there's a sort of instant connection with people, even that have not grown up with it and haven't seen it before, that I do think is capturing new interest. And there are so many young musicians in the world in general, young people studying music, and that I'm not worried. I'm not worried for the future of music in that sense. I think the cool thing too about the future of the quartet, if we focus specifically on that, is that there's been a really interesting relationship with that repertoire and with composers. They treat it very seriously because of the amazing canon of repertoire that exists already, they generally don't approach quartet writing unless they feel very confident they're going to produce something at a high level. So the fun thing that we've seen, and looking back maybe on the past 50 years, is that the way that the repertoire has grown has been fairly slow and just welcoming some incredible new pieces into the repertoire. And I think that's continuing to this very day. It grows very slowly, but really at an exceptional level. So that's fun. I don't think it ever explodes into too many random directions to really relate. And it's fun, yeah.